We've got the perfect Easter dessert for you today. Katherine Johns from the 2 Kates is here to show us how to make a key lime cake. Not a key lime pie. I know that looks beautiful there. So similar process. What's the big difference here? But that looks very good, and from what I was looking at earlier, very easy to make.
It is easy, and it makes a great splash on your Easter table or St. Patrick's Day. It's just a beautiful springtime dessert. It can be made ahead, iced, frozen. If you do it in your 9x13, I wouldn't recommend freezing the layer cake, but a 9x13, you could even have it all ready to go, except for whatever garnish you want to put on it. Freeze it, then pull it out the night before, and it's a great make ahead. And like I said, you get a lot of bang for your buck. That green really pops
on high def, especially in high definition.
Oh, awesome. Well, I just used a little green coloring on the icing for that. It's actually not green because it's a basic cream cheese icing recipe. I would say if you do it as a layer cake, double your icing recipe. It will take more. A single that's on the website recipe will take care of a 9x13. It just takes a little more when you have all that.
So go ahead and get us started.
All right, you're going to take the dry ingredients and put them in the bowl. I've used my stand mixer for this just because I can do multiple things at one time. But you put all the dry in together. That's sifted flour, and it does say sifted, I believe, all-purpose flour. Sift it, then measure it, because it does make a difference. It'll be a little heavier if you sift afterwards. So if sifted comes first, sift first, then measure. Sugar. And I've got lime jello. Malfunction. It's still all good, but it's 3 ounces of lime jello, and that's a mixture of your salt, baking powder, baking soda, your leavening. And if you'll stir that together, I think you can be trusted. I'll do the eggs. That's the worst mess to have to clean up, and then I'll drop mine. Won't that be a mess?
Well, it just looks like my kitchen at home when I'm cooking.
Oh, well, this is good. You're going to have 5 eggs, and we're going to just lightly beat those up together. I have a combination of orange juice and lemon juice. Mix that in there, and oil. And oil as your fat is going to make a little heavier, denser cake, because you can tell, I mean, it's not going to come out super level because it's very moist and quite rich. So if it's not as level as some of your other typical, be it a cake box cake or yellow cake, your chocolate cake, don't panic, just fill in with a little extra icing. Then we're going to mix the wet, pour it into the dry, and you would thoroughly just get that all incorporated. You can use your stand mixer for this. I just start out on low so you don't splash everything everywhere, or you can just do it all by hand. But once you have that, oh, I forgot my vanilla. And then I think it calls for a ½ teaspoon. I just put a little, whatever looks good to me, and stir all that in. And if you're going to do it as a single layer in a 9x13, potluck, this is an easy way to take it and serve it. But you will, once that's thoroughly smooth and incorporated, you'll pour it in a greased, and I like to put a little wax paper, parchment paper in the bottom of my pan so it'll come out a little neater. But you'll go ahead and bake that off at 350 degrees. Then once it comes out and it's still warm, you have a glaze that you've made during the time that it's been baking that's made up of lime juice and confectioner's sugar. Now I like to put a little bit of lime zest in it. It brightens the flavor, and I do the same thing, put a little zest in my cake batter. And like I said, I like tart, and my family likes tart, so that just helps with that. So this is going to go on the cake while it's warm. Once it's completely cooled out, if you're going to take it in your pan, just leave it all in there for this whole process. If you're going to take it somewhere and you don't want to take it in your pan, you're going to put it in a box or something that you're going to leave with them, you'll want to flip this out about 5 minutes after it comes out of the oven, put on your glaze, and ice it. And I mean, it's just that simple. And you can add a little coloring to your icing that kind of brings into the spring, makes it look Eastery. And I just think it's a beautiful cake. You can garnish it with I did Cadbury eggs this time, or jelly beans, the marshmallow. You can just dress it up, and like I said, you get a lot of splash, and it's just a delicious,
I think somebody's
going to
come in and taste a bite of this and see how.
Oh, good. Let's see how she likes it.
I must say. But it looks so good. Oh, my heavens.
If you're like our daughter, she gave up sweets for Lent, and so come Sunday, she'll probably want a piece of cake that big. She said it's been fun.
Amazingly moist.
It is
so delicious. Oh my gosh, y'all.
Well, I hope your families will enjoy it, and it's a nice summertime. Graduation's coming up, so it's a good one for that too. If you have a potluck and some parties.
Beyond Easter, there you go.
Oh, absolutely! It's a summer great cake, and second Sunday for April is coming up a week from this Sunday, and it's our last one for the season. Okay. So if you want to catch us before our summer break, come see us a week from Sunday at the Two Kates.
As always, thank you very much. This is recipe number 5330. To get a copy of this recipe or to find out how to get in touch with Katherine, just go to our website at newschannel5.com.